The galaxy had long been a battlefield, its stars flickering with the endless struggle between various factions. The Zelkar Empire, known for its ruthless tactics and vast fleets, had encountered an unexpected and powerful foe, Earth. The humans had come from a small, insignificant planet, yet they had proven to be more resilient, more resourceful, and more dangerous than the Zelkar could ever have imagined. General Zalros of the Zelkar army had been leading an assault on the human homeworld, Earth, when his fleet had encountered a massive surprise. The humans, though technologically inferior in many ways, had turned the tide of battle with sheer determination, using guerrilla tactics and their unpredictable nature to defeat a superior force. General Zalros was one of the few survivors of the failed invasion, having barely escaped the destruction of his flagship. Now, floating in the vacuum of space, badly wounded and drifting through the debris of his fleet, Zalros wondered how the humans had done it. His once proud body, usually armored in the strongest of materials, was now pierced and torn, his energy reserves dangerously low. He had no ship, no allies, and no way to call for help. He had assumed death was inevitable, yet fate had other plans. Suddenly, the blackness of space was pierced by the familiar hum of a human craft. Zalros' sensors flickered weakly, registering the presence of a human rescue ship. He felt a surge of anger and shame that humans had defeated him, and now they were coming to save him. It made no sense. The ship, a sleek and well-equipped vessel, extended a mechanical arm to retrieve the alien general. Zalros, too weak to resist, was pulled in, his broken body entering the human craft's airlock. The atmosphere inside was warm and breathable, a stark contrast to the cold vacuum of space that he had been floating in. For a moment, he could only feel confusion and disbelief. The humans had no reason to save him. Their enemies lay dead, their cities burning, their fleets shattered. Why would they waste precious resources on a vanquished foe? As the airlock sealed, a human medic approached him. The general's vision blurred as the medic began applying patches to his wounds, using advanced human technology to stabilize his condition. Zalros growled in pain, his mind struggling to focus. His body was torn, but it was clear the humans were trying to heal him, not finish him off. The medic, a woman with short, dark hair and a calm demeanor, looked at him with surprising compassion. "You're lucky we found you," she said in a voice that was almost sympathetic. "You wouldn't have lasted much longer out there." Zalros glared at her, his pride aching. "You think you can save me?" he rasped, his voice rough from pain. "I am a general of the Zelkar Empire. You are nothing but weak creatures, unworthy of my time." The medic didn't flinch. Instead, she continued her work. "You're not the first to underestimate us," she replied quietly. "But you've seen what we can do." His rage flared. "You destroyed my fleet. You humiliated my warriors. And now you waste your time trying to save a defeated general. What are you hoping to gain from this?" For a moment, the medic didn't answer. Then, as she finished the final bandage, she stepped back and looked at him with a steady gaze. "We save lives," she said simply, "even those we consider enemies, especially when it means showing you that you were wrong about us. We don't fight for power or control. We fight to protect what we love." Zalros blinked, his mind reeling. This was not the response he had expected. The humans, weak in comparison to the might of the Zelkar Empire, were driven by something far more powerful than military might. It was a feeling he had never understood: compassion. The humans did not fight for conquest. They'd fought for something far more personal. Hours passed, and Zalros's body began to heal. The pain subsided, and his strength slowly returned. But as he regained his senses, something else began to shift within him. The words of the human medic echoed in his mind. They'd fought to protect what they loved. He had always believed that strength was the only thing that mattered, that power was the key to survival. But the humans had proven that love, compassion, and the will to protect others were forces just as powerful, if not more so. Zalros found himself staring out the window of the human craft as it glided through space, the stars twinkling in the distance. He had been brought here, saved by these humans who had no obligation to do so. They had spared him, a general of an empire that had brought suffering to their world. They had shown him something he had never seen before, true strength in the face of adversity. As the days passed, Zalros was treated with dignity, despite the war between their people. The humans spoke to him with respect, not fear, and even offered him food and drink. They never once demanded that he surrender, but instead, they made him see the truth. They made him understand that there was more to life than conquest, that the universe could be a place of cooperation, not just destruction. One day, as he stood on the observation deck, the same medic who had saved him came to speak with him again. This time she spoke with a sense of understanding, as though she could see the change in him. "I know you must hate us," she said softly, "but I also know you're not the monster you thought you were. The universe is big, and there's room for us all. We don't have to keep fighting forever." Xalros, now fully recovered, took a long, hard look at the woman. The rage and hatred that had burned inside him had dimmed. He wasn't sure what to say, but for the first time in his life, he considered the possibility that he was wrong. The ship continued its journey toward Earth, and Xalros found himself in a dilemma. What would he do once he returned to his empire? He was a general, a symbol of the Zelker Empire's might. Would he go back to his people and lead them into another war? Or had he truly learned something from the humans that would change the course of his life forever? In the end, Xalros did not have the answers, but one thing was clear. He had seen the humanity of the humans, their strength, their love, and their willingness to protect. And for the first time in his life, he wondered if it was time to fight for something greater than just victory. The human medic had been right. There was more to life than conquest, and maybe, just maybe, the humans had something the Zelkor could never truly understand: the power of compassion.